James.
What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how I do it, man. I have the greatest guest man of all time. You know how we have fun with it. It's always off the chain. It's dope. This should be no different. All right, so before I start my show, y'all, you know who's on the show just in time too. I gotta read some of these comments. You know some of these comments that y'all leave. This is from the Lavelle Crawford show when you talk about Dave Chappelle. My man is it ILS 104 said Lavelle is the only comic I have seen go up on stage and stand in one spot and destroy a crowd. Lavelle Crawford is a beast. Yes, he is. He's very much a funny comic. Shout out to him, man. All right, this is the one where Lavelle Crawford sells his beef with Bruce. They thought they had a beef going on, so. This person right here says JP/GN7OH. I'm like, damn, crazy name. This is one of my all-time favorite comedians. This is, you talking about me? You talking about Lavelle? Or you talking about Bruce? Who you talking about? I'm gonna go with you talking about me. All right, here's another one. Lavelle was great on the show too, man. So I really appreciate Lavelle. You came out and rocked it, man. Y'all cold, man. Some of y'all didn't want to. I don't even want to read this. All right, Dry Mouth 6669 says Bruce is funny as hell. The urinal joke forever funny. Can I borrow that? Like I said, he's a very funny man. All right, y'all. I'm excited about this. This person I had on. I had to search him down. He's a hot property right now. It's hard to get him to sit down, so I had to come to his house. Damn. I don't normally don't come to people's house, but I came to his house. Okay, but I had to get him, man. Good guy. He's one of the hottest trainers in the country, man, just in the world, man. I think y'all know him. For those who don't know him, you're going to get to know him. If you're a boxing fan, because I know there's a lot of boxing fans who watch this show right here, you're going to get some little intel. We're going to talk about some stuff, all right? Give it up for the one and only Mr. Derrick James. How you doing? Put that microphone closer to you, brother. I can hear you, man. Yeah. It's hard to get you in, okay? Jesus Christ. All right, brother. Man. First of all, I want to ask you that. Is Derrick James your real name?
Yes. Well, my name is Derrick James. But people run it together like it's one
Derrick
name.
James, right, Derrick James.
Derrick James. Put the pause in there. I have a middle name also, but
man, you blessed, man, and you got a real straight porno name, man. I can see that in a movie, man. Derrick James and Spence Hype. Derrick James, black cheerleader. You know that? Think about that, Derrick James. Ain't no regular name, Derrick James.
Hey, but that's how even my.
Is that what it is?
I got no will.
All right. We'll talk about something else. All right. Next time you see him, say, Derrick James, get that porn name. Get that porno name. All right, let's do a little bit of background, man. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Dallas, man. Originally, I'm from Dallas. Raised up in I was born in East Dallas, which is kind of like more financially challenged. And I moved to Oak Cliff, which is still kind of, I was like, back then it was like a better neighborhood, but now it's like more financially challenged neighborhood. But yeah.
What I heard was, and I mean, you said Oak Cliff. Oak Cliff a little rough now, okay? You rap it hard too, man. Everybody turn around, you rap Oak Cliff hard.
That's right. That's what I grew up.
Really? What's your family structure? Yeah, mother, father, you have sisters, brothers?
Mother, father, 2 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But my father had like 8 kids. But
Derrick James, you see that.
No, but it's crazy, man. But then, so I grew up with 2 older brother, younger brother. I was in the middle.
Okay. No sisters?
I mean, from my father.
Oh, but not in the house. Not in the house. All right, cool. So were you athletic as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I started boxing at 5. So I boxed, I played football, and, that's what I did.
Right. What you used to do want to box at 5 years old?
Well, my older brother.
Okay.
We started going to the Boys and Girls Club, Oakland Boys Club.
Mm-hmm.
And so my older brother, he started boxing. Everybody want to be like the older brother. So I started boxing like he started boxing.
Really? And did you, as soon as you started boxing, is something you wanted to do, or did you say, you got kind of get on into it?
I wanted to do it. I mean, I started, because it's like, you start at 5 years old,
mm-hmm.
and
that's young.
My first like fights, I got all like knockouts. I was in a lot of knockouts. Like it was like 5, Pee Wee boxing. Then,
You would knock people out. You would get knocked
no,
out.
I was knocking people out.
Oh,
But
okay.
then
All right.
the more, the older you get, it's
Right.
like more of a competition.
Sure.
You know, so yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed. I had a good amateur boxing career. You know, so yeah, it was good.
Okay. I started boxing when I was young too. I boxed like around 12, 13 years old. I started boxing because I'm from, at that time I was in D.C., Maryland area. Sugar Ray Leonard was everything. Everybody wanted to be Ray Leonard. Everybody thought they were going to be in 7-Up commercial.
Right.
And I boxed at a place called Number 4 Boys Club and a place called Peppermill. A couple people came out of there that was a little decent. They've done huge. But Bandel Hinton, Felucius Hinton.
Bandel Hinton, okay.
The Hinton brothers, yeah.
Jamal Hinton,
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, see, come on now. I've been around, man.
I'm really a boxing guy, so I know the guy.
Okay. Out of DC, yeah. Before the Simon Browns and all that, this is when I was a kid, But I only had one kidney, and my doctor told me, look, if you're gonna take this, this ain't major thing, you might take them kidney punches. You might not want to take that. You only got one and shit. I'm like, man. And that squashed my dream. I said, fuck it, man. Damn. But I've always been a boxing fan. I love boxing. I don't like when people disrespect boxing, and I say disrespect. For you fans out here, when you sitting there watching a pay-per-view fight, a boxing match, it's in the 12th round, you go, hit him harder, come on, man, you're sucker, keep hitting him. And you sitting there eating nachos and pizza and drinking a beer in the comfort of your home. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm like, come on, man. I respect anybody that gets into that ring. And I love that phrase that I heard one time at the gym. You can play football, basketball, baseball, golf, but you can't play boxing. You never heard somebody say, I'm going to play boxing. Right. You don't play that, so this is a serious situation. All right, cool. So you started boxing, started doing well. Right. I caught a video of you boxing. I think you were undefeated, fighting another undefeated fighter, but I think you got a little tired, a little winded.
No, I was dehydration.
Okay, how do you get
dehydration? Is like, when you have water, that's what keeps your body functioning.
But what's in the corner? They didn't give you water in the corner?
But it's like, if you get dehydrated, that's like a compound day to day. I really never used to drink water.
Really?
So and I had a pretty good career, so say, how would I be had I drank water? Because see, that's what keeps your body going, man. But even now, like, if you don't drink water, you'll die within 3 days.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
So you think about the body needs nourishment.
But that wasn't the first fight you had, though, bro.
But like I said, I never drank water, though. So it was like, obviously, that was the point to where I drank enough to keep me going, but not enough to keep me pushing forward.
Pushing forward in that. Yeah. Okay. So water kept your career from being a champion.
No,
H2O took his title.
I'm talking about that particular.
For that particular fight. All right. I'm about to say, damn that, man.
Funny ass.
Yeah. All right. Would you consider that's why your career didn't pan out the way you wanted?
I think that you just never know, man. You get the right fights, you don't get the right fights.
Right.
Some fights you should hope you win, you lose, whatever.
Right,
so,
sure.
I mean, you can talk to every boxer that got a story, right?
Sure.
So it's like, I don't necessarily have one. I just lost certain particular fights that
didn't fight. Right. Name something about boxing and the business of boxing that the average person really don't know that goes into that. We really don't know.
I think that one of the biggest things is there always is a story behind what you see.
Okay. Well, I can see that.
So it's like there's always the issue, but whatever happens, you still push through it and you make it happen. No boxer really is always 100% somebody's hand hurt. Most of your hand.
Right.
It could be a rib, something's wrong. So not really many fighters are 100%, but they still fight anyway.
Right. Well, that money, I found out that a lot of times the fighters don't make that big time money, man.
Yeah, it's a poor man's sport.
Yeah, man. People don't realize that, man.
Right, it's a poor man's sport.
Some people fighting for $2,500, $3,500, $1,500.
$2,500 is a lot. You know what I'm
saying? Damn, that's a lot.
It's a lot because I'm thinking like
$1,500.
Like when we started out back in the day, it was like $300.
See, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, but it was like, that's what it was. So if you think that was $300 in the 80s, what was it in the 70s and 60s?
Yeah.
So when you think about it, so like I tell people what's funny about boxing today is that the space that people see me in, it's not real. Mm-hmm. It's not real to have 5 of the biggest 4 pay-per-view fighters on the team, right? It's not real to every 4 of those guys all make millions of dollars.
Right.
This is like a poor man's sport, so everybody's not necessarily, it's difficult.
Right.
It's difficult to get to a point. So I was like, listen, to get to where I am is like, it's impossible.
Luckily, yeah.
It's like, I couldn't say how to do it.
Right.
But I mean, at the same time, like, you gotta just keep pushing and keep, doing
right.
your thing.
How did you go from not boxing anymore to being a trainer? How was that decision? How was that made?
Well, what happened was I was doing white collar boxing. I was working at a fitness facility.
Okay.
I just kind of said to myself, I wanted to start giving back to, kids in my community.
Mm-hmm.
And just so happened, it was like I just opened myself up to be able to give back. And say around that time, Errol's father, I was at a boxing tournament. I saw Errol fighting. And I normally sit on the floor, but I sat in the stands. And
he was an amateur at the time.
He was an amateur. My father's videoing. And so I said, man, look at him. He keep throwing the same old punches over and over again. Double jab left. He only threw 3 punches every day. And so Dan was like, you think you can help? I was like, yeah, I can help. And it was kind of like, so I started out tutoring him.
Okay.
Meaning that he would come to my gym where I worked, and I would just give him the basics and kind of work on the situation. And immediately he started winning everything. Like, he won National USA Championship, National Pal, every tournament in America, he won, right? And so it was just like, it basically said that he had what he needed, but he just needed a little bit more technique, a little bit more skill set,
right,
to be able to be more successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's really kind of what happened.
Why do you feel? I feel like, or do you believe that fighters who weren't really successful become better trainers? Mm-hmm. I know some popular fighters that didn't become good trainers.
Not necessarily. I think that I don't necessarily know. I think that it's I took my own personal perspective into it. I think that I'll say that most fighters who were successful as world champions are not generally good trainers.
That's what I'm trying to say. Right.
But because that doesn't mean they didn't have a great career. Like, because just because you're not a champion doesn't mean you have a good career. So what I'm saying is this.
Okay.
So, but most fighters who were champions do not become good trainers. And I can tell you why.
Well, that's what I thought I was kind of saying. But okay. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Well,
the big time fighter doesn't hear them being good trainers. The big time.
Well, one of the reasons why is because just like everybody in life, you can't imagine anything other than your own personal reality. So you have to be able to teach a guy towards his own attributes, right?
Okay.
But most fighters who are good fighters, thinks they can't remove themselves from the equation.
I was about to say something like that.
They can't, and so you would watch a guy who tried to train a guy just like he tried to fight. That was what you could do.
There you go.
That's not what he could do. So you have to be like, for me, I look at what the guys can't do, right? And so I know what they can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I lean them towards their personal strengths. And at the same time, I work with the things that they can't do, but I don't make it so noticeable.
Right.
So why you keep doing this? Because no, I want to lean them toward their strengths and move them away from their own personal deficiencies. But at the same time, build up those deficiencies as well to hopefully become a complete fighter.
Well, I'm thinking, in other words, humble themselves. Some of the fighters they think they're so gregarious that the big champions, like a man, I don't think Floyd Mayweather would be a great trainer. I mean, I'm
not going to get into that. But what I'm saying is that
I said it. You said
it. But what I'm going to say is that I think that people, they look at themselves, because they were great fighters, right? But you have to be very humble and very
remove yourself out of the situation. That's the major thing.
Remove yourself out of the equation to where you teach, because just because you could do something doesn't mean that they can do what you did. I mean, you may be an exceptional athlete, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that this guy has the same level of athleticism that you had. So it's like, you just got to, I always say you just got to remove yourself out of the situation.
Okay.
Once you do that, you'll be able to get to where these guys are. Because, see, I look at him and say, okay, he does this, he does that, he does this. So I go for everything he does wrong, like I said, when I'm watching him, and I just start building from that. So when you take care of this thing, one thing he does wrong, this one thing he does wrong, this one thing he does wrong, then hopefully it becomes a complete situation.
What makes you see a fighter and say, I can work with he or she?
I don't do that.
Damn.
I never asked a fighter to train with me. Never.
Okay, so they come. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. They come to you, right? They come to you. They come to Derrick James.
So funny, it was like a rumor, like back, especially in Dallas, it was like a small time rumor.
Right.
That I was taking fighters. Like I've never one time asked a fighter to train with me. Like never once. I'm not.
Have you turned down a train? Have you ever turned down somebody who came with you that was big time, decent?
Some world champs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you turn them down?
Because
is there a common thread?
Well, no. Because they may come with some rah. They may be like too like or like I may not want to deal with their team.
Right.
Or like sometimes the parents are too involved.
Okay.
It could be like they don't go with the cheat. They don't go with the situation in my gym. People don't mesh. You know.
Interesting.
And, or it's like that's probably it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to mix with the guys in the gym. You gotta be able to fit in. Because I only have 5 guys. So my gym is private.
Right.
I don't let anybody in the gym.
Appreciate that, man.
Because you think about this, it's all about, it's like you don't go to the top chef or whatever chef.
Right.
And wherever you are, and you in the kitchen.
Right.
We're not bringing nobody in the kitchen because we're working.
Nice.
So it's like, it's private and we really don't let anybody in.
Right. Okay. So turn down game can be real. So all you fighters want to get with him, make sure you go with the flow, you know? Because I understand it too, because you know, you got more than just that one fighter to deal with.
Right.
You got to be part of the camp. You got to kind of mesh. So I definitely get that, you know. You know, and I can just imagine the egos on some of the fighters, you know what I'm saying? Thinking they're bigger and better than they are. Like, bring it down a notch, you know.
I mean, it's like, the thing about opening up a gym, it's like, it's one thing you can let them get them in the gym, right? But to get them out, they know your address, you know, whatever, they know where you are. So it's like, you just don't even do it. You just don't even, too much to deal with.
Right. I'm going to say trainer. When I say stuff like that, it doesn't mean you particularly, but you may heard a situation. Okay, so when I say the word trainer, it doesn't mean you, but if it is you say I'm this way. Can a trainer want the victory more than the fighter?
That's mostly a lot of times. I mean, it happens like that. I mean, I think not more than the fighter, but you know, he wants it because this is my rep is on the line too, right? But I think that a lot of times the trainer may know what the individual may have, right? He just hasn't shown it all. So it's like, but like in the gym or you see him in other situations, you see it like, okay, I like that. Boxing is so, if you think about it, boxing is like life. Boxing is very emotional.
Oh yeah.
Boxing is very real. So, and not to mention, you're dealing with a guy trying to get you, right? You're dealing with, today it's like social media. You're dealing with whatever's going on at home, right? You're dealing with other people in your life, what they want from you, how they feel about you. So it's like, it's a whole lot to deal with to go out there and perform.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Some people, Mayweather used to say all the time, and I don't know, is it true? Some people can get overwhelmed at the moment. He's like, you ain't never been on this moment. When you fight him, this moment here.
That's right, yeah, because it's like, you hear everybody yelling, you hear everybody screaming, you're walking out. If you've never been in that stage, that's why it's like, when they're bringing up fighters, like say you got a fighter you're developing, from the promotional perspective, they're going to start putting him on a big card.
Right.
They put him on a big card so he can start getting the feel of that, right? Not feeling himself, but getting the feel of being in the
arena, right?
And main stage. So once you, and like sometimes you can't, I don't care how good you are, you just can't throw a cat up there. He's supposed to perform like that. So I think that it's a process, and that's why they gradually develop you and build you up. But that's one of the parts of developing a fighter is to start putting him on the biggest card so we can kind of feel it and see it. So he won't dry up, just like they said, you know, shrivel up a little bit.
Okay. How much do you as a trainer take responsibility for the outcome of a fight, win or lose?
Well, for me, I'm gonna tell you like this. Even though it may not be my fault, I'm gonna eat it. Cause I'm 51 years old, so I can deal with it. We got 30, 32, 33. They can't really, but it's really, so I eat it all. Cause I can deal with it. What are they gonna say to me? I don't care.
But people don't really think about the trainer. They think about the fighter. If you lost, you got your ass whooped. They don't say trainer, you got your ass whooped.
When they do, they say it now. Today they do. But they never said told Ali fight trainer got his ass.
Angelo Dundee, right?
Angelo Dundee when Joe Frazier was up in the,
right.
Or they never told Eddie Futch when Joe Frazier got beat. Or they never talked about Ray Leonard. They never talked about the trainer as having any fault in it at all, right? Until today, for some reason. So it's like, but at the same time, but because of that, I take it anyway. Come on, man. It doesn't affect anything I'm doing. I'm going to live my life. Whatever.
You read them comments?
You know what? I see them.
I see them, nigga. You read them comments.
You know what?
You read them comments.
I do. I see them, but it's like, man, listen. It's like people don't know. You can't reply back to them.
You don't reply back to them?
What am I gonna say?
Man, I get into the comment. I get into
it.
Fuck you.
But that's the thing about it, though. It's like I replied back to a guy one time, but he wasn't a negative comment, right?
Okay.
It was like he was just saying something. I said, "Thank you, I appreciate that." And the guy was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you replied back to me."
I get that.
Then I was like, "Oh, I can't do that no more."
Really?
It's like because you really realize it's like people look at you in a different light. Like, man, I'm an inner city kid. I always say kid, even though I'm 51, because that's how I grew up. Inner city kid, and nothing different. You know, right. Just like my focus is different. My situation is good. It's like it's not like it's good now. It's been good to get to this point. Right? You can't just show up on the scene like wow. Just like when they talk about he's trainer of the year. Well, let's keep it funky. I'm on trainer of the year 4 times, not one. So I never talk about it because I don't care about it. But if you're gonna say it right.
It's actually funny you said that. I didn't know. I thought you won just once, then I thought you won it twice. Now I'm telling you 4 times.
Nope. 17, 19, 20, 22.
And who gives you that award? The Oakland Boxing Society?
Calm down.
My bad.
Calm down.
Oakland Society.
No. It could be like Ring Magazine, Yahoo Sports, Sports Illustrated, the sanctioned bodies, right? So the sanctioned bodies really good because they're not as political as the other situations. Right? Sanctioned bodies, you got 2 champs. You only won. For like 4 years, I was the only one in the world with 2 unified champs. Right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I be winning? So when people say, "How you do whatever?" For the last 7 years, for the last 8 years, I had a world champ. For the last 7 years, I had 2 world champs. Right. So think about that. Then for the last 4 years, I had 2 unified champs. Right. So when people talk about how you whatever, that's how. Just look at the situation. Look at the resume. Look at the track record. Nobody else in the world did it. Right. That for that long. So I'm saying. So
but let me ask you something because I follow boxing. Right. You didn't really come off my major radar until about 2 years ago. To be honest with you, I heard of you, but I started seeing you. Right. So. Would you say like the last 2 years it's really been bubbling for you for I don't know what reason, but it's
I think it's been popping for a long time because you got to think about like maybe not on yours, but on like everywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Because we travel a lot, so you know. Right. I mean, but
we're talking about you probably see a lot of more stuff around boxing stuff. I'm talking about average going to the mall and just running the street in the mall. In the last 2 years, I feel like it's been more. Okay, I don't know.
Because you think about, I'm in Dallas, Errol Spence, or everywhere else. Like Errol, they developed him. So he fought in San Antonio, he fought in Florida, he fought in New York, he fought in Canada. So you got to think about all these places, these people. So now they see him because they put here in front of everybody, LA. So it's like everybody could see him.
Yeah, but you were kind of quiet. They knew him.
I'm still quiet.
Not you.
But they know who I am. I mean, I'm still quiet. I ain't out there like I'm the best. I'm not doing that.
And the reason I'm coming to this question is because, all the noise and everybody, just your name is all over. You're winning awards. Everywhere you go on, you're taking pictures. Again, I'm seeing more in the last 2 years. You're the man. But unfortunately, recently you took 2 major L's. Now niggas come for your head. Get rid of him. That nigga whack you horrible. How do you take that? One time he was loving you a year ago.
Hey, like Hov said, I was who I was before I got here.
Ooh-wee!
So it doesn't matter. You just now finally seeing it. Mm-hmm. But like I said, you just look. 2017, that was what, how many years ago?
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. So it's been going on.
Right.
They just new to the scene. And
that's what I'm saying. Recently, a lot of new to the scene.
Yeah, and you can say, well, I don't deserve my spot or whatever, and that's cool. But it's like, I if you look like this, I have 4 fights this year, and then I'm not done yet. I have one December 2nd, then maybe one at the end of December. Mm-hmm. So it's like, maybe 6 fights. I mean, so it's like I'm 2 for 2.
Okay.
I mean, so really, you batting at 50% or whatever. That's not. I mean, for me, that's not good because I wish I would have won those fights. But it's the game, it's life. I mean, what you gonna do?
So let me ask you this: after you've been winning your last? Okay, I told me 4. I'm thinking like 1 or 2. But let's say have you put more pressure on yourself recently?
Yeah.
You know, because of all this attention you're getting.
Well, I put pressure on myself all the time, so it's not necessarily like this in particular. This one was like you want to get them because you got like the bigger fights and the bigger names, or whatever. But you want everyone that matters. Like so, like I won't say that none of them are as significant as the other, but at the same time, had I not won the other ones, I wouldn't be in this space. So it wasn't like I just popped up.
True that.
And we had to win this title, this title, this title. So it was like we had to win other fights, other big fights to get in this position. So I put a lot of pressure on myself, man. I mean, come on, man. It's like, listen, plus at the same time, I push myself. I wake up every morning. I go running, I work out so I can be able to compete on a top level. And to push those guys to another level, I got to be in the same shape also, or similar conditions.
I mean, you
got to stay on my situation.
You ain't no Bomac. I mean, I like.
Man, don't be this.
I like Bomac.
I'm talking about that.
I like Bomac. I'm a champion fan too. Come on now.
Yeah, but
I say you stand, you running this stuff. You keep it slam, okay? You fashionable, brother. That's all I'm saying. You don't say that.
I like that beat. Listen, at the same time, I think that to be able to compete for me, because like it's my own situation,
right?
And I don't compare myself to nobody else. I don't compete with nobody else. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if we fighting them, I'm not worried about who the trainer is. I don't care about that.
Right.
But I mean, it's not like we fighting,
right?
So I mean, I'm not getting anybody.
But you're an extension of a fighter, so you got like like you're a general. You know what I'm saying? You're not out there shooting everybody, but you're the general.
I didn't say I don't know about them. I just said I don't care about them. Mm-hmm. I don't care about them enough to care about them.
Okay, all right, I'll back that. Okay. Speaking of social media, don't you feel like fighters need to not need to, but the more you're on social media, the more you say you make more money when you're on social media.
No, so I don't think so. I think that you put it like this. You
gotta
be able to shine. You gotta be able to shine in the ring. So you can't. It's not about what you're talking about. If you can't act on anything you're talking about. If you get in the ring and you're not looking good, then that's totally different. I mean, so it's like,
I hear
social media is cool, but social media is not real either. It's not really real like that.
I know it's not real, but people believe it's real.
I know. But
perception is what matters.
But listen, but as long as you know what your reality is, the perception of something that you
But I know the money comes from the people, though. Buying the pay-per-views and coming to these fights. A good example, and I think the hell of a fighter.
Well, the people talking about you on social media, they're not buying tickets anyway.
But pay-per-view, they might be.
It could be, but I'm just saying, listen, but for pay-per-view to be successful, it takes a whole lot of people. And not all those people may be on social media, they may not be coming at you.
All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this, and I'll say this, and I'll make it a lightweight. Ryan Garcia, his fame helped. Social media helped him make the kind of money he makes.
That's one guy, though.
But he put a blueprint down, like saying, man, you get hot on social media, the girls like you, everybody like you, and you can make some money.
That's my guy. That's one guy.
I know what it is. So, Adrian Braun make a little more money than probably he should. I mean, and you're going to answer that. But I'm saying, because he's on social media, he's doing his thing. I like what he's doing. He be bringing eyeballs to the thing. Floyd Mayweather started that, man. Be out there on social media, people saying, all right, now but people go, there's some great fighters.
When Floyd bought the all access to him, to where like you see behind the scenes.
Okay.
I think he adapted to this Money Mayweather idea, right?
Okay.
And so I think that, that's what really blew him. Because I remember we used to train together. So like when he was like 6 and old, we trained together. Mm-hmm. And I moved to Vegas and
money making?
No, he was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Pretty Boy back then.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like but he grew into the individual that he wanted to go into. I mean, he did it. It's like you see somebody who he had the work ethic.
Right. Oh yeah.
Then he had the skill set to go along with that.
Okay.
And so he grew into the individual that he wanted to be.
I hear you. Yeah.
But simple like this, social media is like this. It's good for you, right? But you can't. This is what I say, because it's like this. When you go into these fights or whatever, when they see you in a particular way, you have to know who you are. You can't go off who you are from whatever people's perspective of you on social media.
You said you can't. Okay, I get that. You can't.
But you have to know.
Rolly Romero making money should be like, come on, man. Rolly crazy as hell. Get people to go see him. Win or lose.
No. This is the reason why Rolly Romero is so successful, because he's with Floyd Mayweather, he's with PBC, he's with the right people. And these people are paying these guys like fair wage. And that's really why he's doing what he's doing. It's like who you with. Just think about this. It could be some phenomenal, successful, super great fighters. They're not with the right team. They're not going to get the right opportunities.
Mm-hmm. I get that. Right?
It's all about Premier Boxing Champions and what they put out. It's all about being Floyd Mayweather. So it's all about that whole thing. And really, if you think about this, coming up, we're talking about what fighters were getting. But before, like, Al Heyman started paying these fighters the money, other promoters had to start kicking in because they couldn't compete with it. For them to be able to compete, they had to start paying the fighters more. So really, it was geared towards promoters making more money,
right?
Not necessarily having to pay so much money out, right? Mm-hmm. But because of Al Heyman, PBC doing what they were doing, that pushed everybody else. If they want to compete, they got to pay out.
I heard
good for the fighter.
Let me ask you something. I'm never good understanding. You got to pay a sanctioning fee sometimes when you have titles, right? Some people like, I don't want to be no champion. Why can you pay a how much?
Nobody's really doing it. The only person who threw the title away was Riddick Bowe one time.
Right. Right.
One time, Oscar De La Hoya, right? So you have to pay like 3% of your purse because it's like,
right.
I don't know what it's for. What it is for, like, to run everything.
WBC, WBA, IBF, right.
So you think about my guys, most people have never had to worry about that, so it's not even an issue.
What do you mean most people? Who don't become champion?
Because it's like the small, almost the percentage of people become world champions.
I
wish everybody who want to be a champ could become a champ. Mm-hmm. But I think that it's a space that's so rare.
Right.
The air is so rare. You know what I mean? So
do you think we should be back down to one champion?
I think it's just like this is good. I mean, I think that. Let me tell you why. Because it's all about, you said perception is everything, so it doesn't matter. You got to build or not. Because the perception of it is that everybody knows who the guy is. Regardless.
I don't know about that though.
I think that
in boxing they do, but the average person be like, he a champ. How many champs? We got 3 champs and stuff. Who the fuck real champ?
But you know what I mean.
Oh,
it's like, well, listen, it's not necessarily about having one sanction, but it's about, like, just like what Errol did, what Jamel did, what Canelo did, what Crawford did. They all fought each other, so now we see this one guy.
Yeah, but it was hard to get somebody to have your top. Because, like, for instance, who is it? Who might move up? Let's say Charlo decided to stay higher. Don't want to finish 154. Well, at that point, now the belts go separately. Now everybody's fighting with them. Now you got to fight it. You know how hard to get everybody back together to get 2 champions?
It took 8 years to do it.
Okay, so hell no.
It took 7 years.
That's too hard. That's too long.
It's not that type of easy process.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's like,
one champion. One champion. He always hit the number 2 nigga. I'm the champion. I fight number 2.
No,
See
he
now?
don't necessarily fight number 2.
I'm saying I would do that.
But what they do is they give you, really, you fight the number 1 guy. Because you're the champion, but you're the number 1 contender. So what you do is you generally have to fight. You get an option to fight.
Right. Top 10.
Just choice top 15.
Top 15.
15. And you have to do a mandatory. So the mandatory is the number 1.
Right.
So I mean, that's 2 fights a year. And really 2, you get maybe, depending on 3 if you.
Right. But the bullshit is if you're IBF champion, they give you man, they go out to the Mexican field and pick up number 1. You number 1 now. Boom. So they know this dude gonna fight, gonna beat the dude.
Think about it like this. But if you don't have those other sanctioning bodies, then nobody else get other opportunities. It takes forever. So even when I fought, if you lost a fight, you go all the way back to the end of the line. You know how hard it would be to get back up to the top. Now, one guy, Freddie Pemberton, did it. He had like 15 losses. But he was a hell of a fighter.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it was like, and through the process, that's what people like. Think about this: people write you off of one loss. He had like 15 losses. Right. He was, and listen, Ali lost. I mean, everybody lost other than Floyd. Right. But other than that, I mean, like, you got millions of fighters over time.
Right. Let me ask you, but as a champ, as a fighter, you should want to be the best in your weight class in the world. So I would say one champion, you can fight the mandatory number 2, and then after that you get the top 15, and then back to you can do that with one champion. So people somebody 36 in the top 36 don't deserve to fight the champion. You know what I'm saying? Too far down.
They don't do that anyway.
Yes, they do. Sometimes they'll take a dude I never heard of before. Put him as the next, the mandatory. Like, who is he? I never heard of him before.
But because if you beat somebody for somebody, then you know it's different.
All right, enough of the sanctioned body stuff. Let me ask you this. This is a crazy question. Going back in time, who was a fighter you wouldn't mind training, man? Is anybody
trained?
Yeah, you wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind training.
I like Ray Leonard, right?
Okay.
I mean, he was already good. What I'm saying, Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe was like one of my favorite fighters.
He a bad boy.
Yeah, Riddick Bowe, very skilled fighter, and I like Juan Manuel Marquez also.
Wow, really?
That's probably like present. That's probably like one of my guys. Yeah.
That's the one Mayweather beat twice. Right? When he came out,
Mayweather beat him, and then he knocked out Pacquiao.
Right. Because he beat him when he came out of retirement. So his first fight out of retirement. Yeah. He was a real Mexican warrior. Wow, that's good. So you wouldn't mind training with one of those two fighters?
Or Ali, because I think that we could do a whole lot with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You know some bad dudes were back in the days, man. Like in the weight class, your boys are like Julian Jackson.
Right, Julian Jackson was a knockout. Woo!
But then was it Terry Norris knocked him out?
No. He knocked Terry Norris out.
He knocked Terry Norris out. The Beast guy, who knocked him out? Was it Beast guy? Somebody.
Right, John the Beast guy. Quincy Taylor knocked him out too. Which was a kid from Dallas. He grew up in the gym with me.
I think I heard Quincy Taylor before.
Yeah, he grew up. But he lost to your man from DC.
Simon Brown?
No. It was Keith Holmes.
Wow. That's junior middleweight, right? Middleweight. That's junior middleweight.
Yeah. Quincy's from Dallas.
You know what I like for a second? I mean, I can't say like a second, but I like him. Donald Curry.
Yeah, Donald Curry.
Yeah.
He was killing everything. He was knocking him out.
Yeah, he was a nice sharpshooter.
He was putting him to sleep.
McCallum.
Listen,
body snatch.
But listen, that's the game. That's why you always say it's the game, man. You just gotta be happy. You keep doing what you're doing, and you never know. It could be your day. It could be your time.
Right. Speaking of day and time, how much longer are you gonna do this, man?
I probably I'm gonna ride it out. Like Ryan, maybe Frank, when they retire, I'm done. So maybe like 4 or 5 more years.
Really?
It's like you get to a point in life where you like, it's like it's too much. They can't hear you. Everybody else wants to be involved, right? So it's like for me, it's like I'm phasing myself out.
Right.
Really, what I do is like my nonprofit. That's really what I do.
Right.
And that's the key to what I'm doing. Like I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up having people give it to me, right? So now, and for the past 20 years, I've been doing that. And I established my nonprofit. So that's really what I'm phasing myself into. Just nothing but charity, nothing but giving back. That's really what.
What's the name of your nonprofit?
It's called Derrick James Family Foundation.
So original.
I know. I had to think too much. Really, I had to put the family down because I want to get the kids involved.
Right, makes sense.
Give them some substance,
right.
something. So yeah, really, it's like, it's for the kids, man.
Right, and I like what you're doing because this ain't like a just starting to do it. You've been doing this for a long time.
Since really, really funny because I grew up. I remember when we were financially challenged with us, and we were poor. But my mother, we would always go to other places where they were poorer than us. Mm-hmm. My mother always give clothes in the laundromat, whatever. So I saw her do that. So I'm just furthering what I saw her do. You know what I mean? So a lot of kids replicate what they see in these kids. It could be trauma, it could be sorrow, it could be pain.
Sure.
But I saw this, and so I'm going out and I'm pushing that out there.
Right. Well, I would say, man, if you got 4 or 5 more years left, man. You
going hard.
You've done, you've done,
Right.
You've done some stuff. I'm gonna talk it up. He ain't gonna answer, but some people you had to handle more. You've had to handle them. I mean, you've had to handle some people, man.
So what are you talking about? Hey man, say man.
So twins, you had to handle, man. It's a situation. You had to handle some people, man. In your group, man. You have some different personalities. I've been around. Someone like this, and someone like this, someone like this, someone over here like this. That you gotta be damn near a psychologist, man.
I think you
therapist, father.
You have to be all of those things, but you have to be very open because you can't be. You have to be very accepting. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very, and then at the same time, you have to be stern. You have to be able to articulate what you want, and to be able to embrace. Because this is like this. Every one of my guys, I have a relationship with them, personal, right? To where I know I have to be able, to, whether I say it or not, to be able to read them if they're having a bad day, good day, or I have to know what their trigger points are. Like, so you may say, "Man, you're fine. They don't mention my dad." Somebody can say that.
Yeah, sure.
It happened, right? So you got to kind of get to know them enough to know them. And that's why I don't have all these guys, because you can't have a personal relationship with 20 guys, with 10 guys,
right.
15 guys.
That's real.
So for me, it's like less, and the thing about it, less is better, because with the guys that I have, I get the most out of them instead of having 20 of them. And you can't even reach these guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's like you water who you are down to them, and you water the whole situation down. So for me, it's like have 5 guys and we're good. And I'm just gonna keep moving like that when everybody retires and done.
Is there you're not having a situation, but is there a situation, or could you possibly see yourself walking away from a fighter before they walk away from you?
I mean, put it like this, I have done that before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've done that before.
Okay.
But I think that you love your guys, you care about your guys,
right.
But at the same time, if you can't get to them,
right?
Like you give too many people in front of you to get to them, and too many other people talking in it, so it's like difficult. But I mean, it's like sometimes you have to be able to do what you need to do, because if you can't be effective, then whoever you are to that individual is not anymore. You can't be a person. So it's like you just better say you do the best. I think that you do the best of removing yourself from a situation.
Okay, damn, that's I can respect that. Especially you got almost everybody that's making money, millions of dollars every time. So you walk away from some money if you ever decide to walk away.
I mean, listen, I had guys where I walked away from I'm not gonna get into that, but it was like some cake. Or some people who asked me, to train them, who were making money, and I was like, nah, I'm good. So it's like they were making like money too, like these guys, but not as much as era. But like not as much as they are more recently,
right? Sure.
But like they're regular. So like but it's like I didn't do it. So it's not saying I was just like it's too much of a headache sometimes.
I would say you're in a good place, man. You just place light. I mentioned a little mansion up in this moment, so them boys are doing you right.
I don't say little when you talk about
a big ass mansion,
We ain't get into that.
I ain't think I would see no black folks in the neighborhood. I'm like, ooh, yeah, go hills behind hills, the gates and shit. Damn, brother, shit.
Calm down.
Oh, Lee, I always want to know this.
The exaggeration. Come on, calm down.
All right. Nice though, brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to train. Earl, call me up when you retire and shit.
Every painting in my house is from an African American artist.
Same thing in my house.
This is an African American artist, and this is this is like for me. This is a centerpiece of my house because it's like blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I mean? Okay. And so even like the guy that built the house, he painted those pictures, those two right there.
Nice.
He painted that one right there. So it's like he saw my theme, and that one was already there, so I just bought it.
So let me ask you a question. So you had to build an indentation because you knew you were
going to he built it. That's what he built. And listen, he built the house like that.
Knowing that you
because before I didn't have anything up there. And then I saw he was painting. I said, no, yeah. So I bought this one first and this one. You see, like, I had my room like this already. It just went with the flow of the room. The thing about it is, you do something with some kids, and the parents give you an award,
That's true.
that means the most. I mean,
That's
more than anything to me.
That's real. That's real.
You know?
Good stuff, man. You should be proud of yourself. I know you're already proud of yourself, man. This is, you know, to reach this level, brother. It's
impossible.
Well, it ain't impossible. You did it.
I mean, I'm just saying, but listen,
it's difficult.
They say, hey man, more than hey.
You ain't got to tell me percent. I've always wondered, how do trainers get paid? You get percentage wise per?
Yeah, you get percentage wise.
You get percentage? Okay, that's cool. That's good. All right, that's good. Like, what a life, man. Like, what a cool ass life.
I mean, it's hard though. It's like work. I mean,
I
mean, I'm regimented. I mean, like I wake up every morning, go running. You know, drink a smoothie. I fast every day, so all day into dinner time.
Okay.
So it's like I really don't. You know what I mean? So it's like that's my. And then you know, the whole time I train clients too. So
outside of fighting.
Yeah. I mean, it's like certain people. Like it's a select, cool, like maybe like 10 people, maybe less.
Nice.
But it's like so you know when I do that, you know, so I'm kind of I'm busy.
Okay, no.
I work 7 days a week though, so I haven't done it since I've been gone.
Right.
So like I was on the road for like 3.5 months.
Right.
This like my 17th day being home now.
Okay.
So it's like other than that, I mean 3.5 months, you know, all over London, Vegas.
Man, come on, a little young boy from Oak Cliff.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And look at the things you done seen. Some people they see pictures of stuff you've been to, places you've been to,
man. And I'm very fortunate, and that's why I'm giving back to the kids. That's why I do like I have this thing where the kids at the Boys and Girls Club and kids in my community, right? I take like about 60 up to a football game, Grand Prairie, because I want them. I'm an HBCU advocate.
Oh, are you? Advocate.
Advocate.
Oh, man, you ain't been there.
No. I want the kids.
Too.
I want the kids to really go, you know, see themselves in a great light or whatever. So I let them see the band, see the whatever, see what the cheerleaders, the frats, and this, that, whatever it is. I want them to get hooked. I want them to go. And if you can't get involved in that, do trade school, do whatever. So it's like my job is to make sure I help them, you know, give them access to be elite.
But one thing I liked about you, I met you at the Javante Davis, whoever, in DC fight. Yeah, the guy that he stopped him in the 8th round. And I watched you for a second. You know, I saw you in this. I knew who you were. I said, okay, you know, just cordial. You were very cordial to everybody. About people talking to you and so forth. And you were just really cordial. just cordial, talking like you enjoyed being in that atmosphere. Where I've seen some people, they rush to their seats and I don't really bother, whatever the case may be. But you were very, And then we spoke and we changed numbers and we, started conversing and, you've been a man of your word. Everything you said you're going to do, you did, man. And I respect that, man. And I don't normally get close to a lot of people. I know I'm funky people in this world, in the entertainment business. So I don't really mess with people like that. But no, I saw the genuine just coolness of you, man. I was and I said, I'm gonna rock with this man in his fighters, and just it was what it was, and I appreciated that, you came in. I'm a huge boxing fan, I just love boxing. I love the way we picked up the phone, we just started talking, and I kept it real with you.
When we started talking, why the fights was going on.
Of course.
He was hitting me up like, yo, man, this
Oh, this guy really is into fighting. He just let him talk about fighting and stuff. So I thought that was really dope. A lot of celebrities like fights too.
Yeah.
I know. Like some people go just to, be seen and stuff. Some people really know boxing. And a couple I've had on the show, like Tony Rock, he loves boxing. Yeah, he loves boxing. He went from who else? I know I've heard Denzel, Eddie Murphy. There's a lot of people who love boxing and know boxing. Dale Mitchell. Wesley Snipes. Oh, okay, Wesley Snipes. Okay,
Listen, what's this guy named Judge Joe Mathis?
Okay.
I see him in all the fights. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
I saw a picture with you and Red Grant a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Red too.
Yeah, I was like, damn, okay, Red Grant.
Yeah, so see, I met Red back like when Floyd fought against, it was McGregor. Maybe
McGregor, right. Okay.
Yeah. And then from there, we just see each other. So I decided to reach out to some of my friends who are into the boxing and say, ask you some questions. Got a Shula King. He's very popular on social media. Shula King, he loves boxing, and I hit him up and I said, "What you want me to ask him?" He said, "All right, ask him this. What's next for a talent like Frank Martin?" I think that, hey man, the world is his oyster, man. It could be whatever, he can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but it's just him standing in the gym and just getting ready for whatever's next. Because it could be, he's right at like number 2, number 3, number 1, whatever. the WBC and all those sanctioning bodies and things that you said it shouldn't be, but at the same time, it gives opportunities.
And here's the thing about like a young person like him, you know, that's kind of crazy is they consider the hoopla. They start seeing stuff, wanting to be involved with stuff, wanting stuff maybe before. I hate to say their time, but like,
yeah, right.
I want Rolls Royce. I want this. I want this, that. And they're like, hold on, brother, because they see the big. Because you bring them around big stuff.
Well, this was funny. I'm gonna cut you off, but
no,
it's like this. If you think about this, so and with a guy like Frank Martin, but it's not real because how many world champions do you see?
What do you mean?
How many world champions do you are you just walking up down the street?
Okay.
Or do you see in passing or ex-world champs? How many do you see?
Not many.
All right, but you got 4 of them in the gym. But the world champ. So it's like, and everybody starts to believe that's their reality. You know what I'm saying? Because I never see a world champ. Like somebody else who's not one of my guys. I mean, like walking from DC, Chicago. I mean, I never see nobody. New York, I never see him, right? So it's like, these are people, there's not a lot of them anyway. But he sees them all the time.
Right.
So it's like, you start to believe, you start to feel a certain way. But I'm not saying it's him, I'm just saying.
Right. That's how people.
Just like I said, it's like, it's not a real space to be in. Where you see 4 other guys in your gym who are world champs or 4 world champs. Not normal.
Right.
I mean, not in this day and age or whatever. So it's like, you know, but that's really like.
But it's hell of a motivation, but also it's the steps, you know, like Frank, there's steps, bro, there's steps. You're going to get there, but there's steps. And sometimes they be like, man, I'm going to jump because I see Earl and I see Joshua. You have Joshua. Ryan, you know, something like that. I want millions of dollars. I want that again, but the steps, right?
It's a step. And really, the step-by-step situation is what helps develop you and build you because you meet this challenge, you meet this challenge, you meet this challenge. So by the time it's time for you to meet the World Championship, then but they're taking him step by step because El was his promoter. Okay. El was moving in the right way, giving him the right fights. But I think that, and so I'm not saying that that makes him feel a certain way because he's around all these guys, but that's kind of like unreal to be in a space like that. Right. You got 4 guys who are world champs and undisputed champ, unified champ, you know, and 2 ex-unified champs or whatever. So that's different.
Okay, cool. You know who Daryl Chill Mitchell is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's my man right there. All right. He says, did you like it when boxing came on regular TV, ABC, CBS, or how fighters now have signed to exclusive deals with networks?
Well, I liked it before because it was like it really was funny about it. The fighters were bigger then, and they didn't need social media because they had television, right? Okay. And television was everything, right? But today it's like. They don't really know fighters have exclusive deals other than like I think Canelo had one, and Joshua may have something like that.
But like the fighters over at PBC's.
Well, remember they were fighting on Fox also. They were fighting on Fox Sports 1, Fox, Showtime. I mean,
okay.
So it was like whoever the PBC had to deal with.
I see what you're saying.
So it wasn't necessarily fighters being signed to those deals. It was just that they were fighting on those networks. But I mean, I think that before it was something you look forward to. First of all, secondly, I think that like Tuesday night fights on USA.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So that was something big, and it really was funny because like they had guys who were regulars, right?
Right.
And you remember BT used to have fights too. Bernard Hopkins came up on BT.
Really?
Yeah, because you know,
I remember that.
his manager Butch Lewis.
I remember Butch Lewis.
Was part of the
BT
owner, right?
Right, that makes sense.
So they used to have the fights or whatever, but.
I remember CBS with Gil Clancy and Tim Ryan. I remember them Saturday fights.
Well, yeah, those two, but it's like we had so many other networks and so many other opportunities. But I think that now it's just like more networks. You know, it's like ESPN does it, then the Zone does it, and they starting to do a little bit more stuff. And the streaming like gives people more of an avenue, but it's like you have to get the right names on there. Everything is about having the right name, right individual, and to be able to boost your situation, boost your network, boost what you're trying to do. But I like to go back to what he said. Dale Mitchell said, it's like, yeah, I like the old days when it was like more on regular television. Just like when we fought on Fox, it was everything because our show was on even when the All Access part about it, training camp with him was on all the time. So I was preparing for fights, so all the other guys were preparing for fights. So you get more visibility like that.
Okay. So Daryl asked another question. Why don't they allow ex-fighters to be judges?
Because then it will be done right.
It would be done right?
You understand?
It would be done right.
I think it's a sport to where the athletes should be running the sports. Because then it will be more. But then from a business perspective, these guys are not businessmen, they're just knowledgeable about the sport. So I think that's where I think it may be the breakdown from a business perspective.
Okay.
Right? Because they were like, well, yeah, this is right, but I think that any sport, just like football analysts, broadcasters, whatever, right? Those guys are guys who played those sports, who played those positions. Basketball the same way. So I think this should be the same way in boxing. I mean, to be honest, like the judges should be ex-fighters, right?
Okay.
But if you look at like boxing is such a grueling sport and such a difficult sport that by the time you retire, you probably hate it.
Probably want to get out, yeah.
You want to get away from it, you know what I'm saying? Because you haven't been, like I said, it's a poor man's sport, so you haven't been rewarded as you probably should have been. You fought well past your prime, so that's a very difficult situation also. So I think that it's so many like things and reasons why they don't do it, but really I think that fighters, like people, you can't take a class. They I don't care how many classes they take, they don't have the eye that I have. It's like a fan watching. I'm seeing something further than what you're seeing, deeper into the situation, right? No different from a fighter, Bernard or Floyd or whatever. They can see the guy touch a guy. They can see everything, right? These fighters can see it, but when the fans can't, they just look at the big picture.
Sure.
Right?
So, and the hoopla. Screaming, yelling.
So if you look at it like this, the judging will be very strict. Okay? But I think that...
Very strict or too strict?
I think it will be very strict. Not too strict, because I don't think there is a such thing as too strict when there's justice involved. But I think that at the same time, I think that maybe they let the average everyday Joe do it because it makes people feel like they have a hand in it for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
It should be more. Boxers don't want to come back for that either. They don't want to. That's too much, man.
Damn. People that don't realize this. All right. You know Tony Rock? Chris Rock?
That's my man.
That's your man. All right.
That's my man. I'm ready for what he got to say.
Damn. I'm
going to sit up.
Yeah, sit up with the... Okay.
I'm going to hit him up as soon as we get up. I'm going to hit him up as soon as we get out this joint right there.
He says, you, Derrick James, do you honestly, I'm going to read what he wrote, do you honestly believe Charlo was trying to compete against Canelo or was just trying to survive?
I think that...
Damn, Tony.
This is why... Wait. This is why there are fighters judging fights. Hey, that's a no comment.
Okay.
That's no comment. That shit ain't funny either.
Tell Tony that right there. All right. Other one is, the rumor is that Spence agreed to no drug testing in order to make the Crawford fight. Is there any truth to that?
I don't know anything about anything on the contracts.
On that?
I gotta get involved in that part.
Okay, all right. And his last one is, boxing is losing its media publicity. HBO and Showtime are gone. What can help boxing get reestablished in the sports world? And he said they can make fights happen that we want to see.
I don't necessarily think that's it. I think it's more about the marketing and the PR. I think I think boxing is gonna change again, right? Because boxing has never been as big as it is right now. Never.
Really?
But what is it from a financial perspective?
The 80s too, it
financial perspective.
Oh, fine. Okay, yeah.
That's a financial perspective. 70s, 80s, 60s. Think about this. Daughters and fathers watch boxing together. Grew up families watch boxing together. I think, but now it's like after Ryan and Tank and AJ and Canelo and Errol and those guys go, because those are the big owners. It's gonna be different.
Really?
Because I think
can the next person coming up to make the money?
It takes a while to get to that level.
Okay.
Right? It takes a while to get to the level. And like Rock said, the networks are really involved. So it's like, who gets to that next level, right? And that's really what it is. So it's like, after those guys are retired, I think it's going to, the pay and all that stuff is going to drop. The pay is going to drop now. The desire for the sport will be there, but I think that it'll be more just towards for the promoter.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, and this, first of all, let people know, I don't think they understand the magnitude of people you direct. You train. The average person, you have Anthony Joshua. He is one of the biggest fighters.
Well, no, he's the biggest fighter in the world.
Okay, the biggest fighter.
Because let me tell you why. Because his mass appeal. He sells more. Mm-hmm. His endorsements, his catalog of endorsements that he has. Ridiculous. I mean, like his.
He can fight me and sell out 90,000 in Germany. In England. Ridiculous.
He sells. And then the thing about it that what he does that I've never seen. Like he had our first fight together, and I'm in the ring doing an interview, and I look around, I'm looking for him. He's up in the audience, like he's up in the audience, hugging people, and his last fight, which is funny. The security, hey man, I was like walking out. I said no, it came back. I said listen, we need you to get him out of here because he don't want to leave. Like he was leaving the fans around. He's in the audience and he's hugging shit. So it's like even when he knocked the kid out, soon he knocked the guy out. And I'm looking in the ring, he's around the ring, like hugging, shit. As soon as he got out of the ring before they raised his hand up. He's out of the ring, right? Whatever. And so it's like, he's like a man of the people. And so this is the thing about it, that nobody willing to be a man of the people. That's why, because you don't need social media, you need the people. Mm-hmm. And nobody's connected with the people.
Well, I was going to ask you, but
let me say one thing. Mm-hmm. So when he came to Dallas, we're interviewing, right? He's like talking to me. We go to dinner, which he said afterwards, they said, man, he never went to dinner with one of the trainers before. Mm-hmm. Man, what are you doing? It's just all a business transaction or whatever. Right. So we go to dinner, and he said, so how often do you go back to your neighborhood? That was like one of the first questions. I said, I went to my neighborhood today. We did a bike giveaway today. I gave away bikes in the hood. You know what I mean? So it's like, but like, that's what he does also. So it's like, so it's not just about him. It's about, you see a trainer like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing. So that's the difference. So it's like, that's why before he was able to be as big as he was. Because he had all the crazy stuff, wild stuff, whatever, but he had the giving back turkeys and everything. So when you're a man of the people, people never forget about how you made them feel.
No, that's real. That's real. Yeah. What I was going to do is I was going to ask you, give me one word that describes each person. But okay, we'll do it real quick. Anthony Joshua, give me one word that describes him.
Giant.
All right, let's go with Ryan Davis. These are the people you train.
Ryan Garcia.
Right. Ryan Davis, comedian. Ryan Garcia. One word.
That is a comedian.
Yeah, it is. Good fun.
You see, very faithful.
Very faithful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Earl.
Very determined.
Okay, I can see that. Frank Martin. Ambition.
Not only ambition, but I think that, because I have to find a word for it, he can do it all. So I mean, like he's all the competition.
Pierre.
Mr. What do you call yourself? Mr.
No, I'm Johnny Handsome. That's something totally different. All right. Jamel. You want to get back with me with that one?
One word. You know what? Very passionate.
Okay. Jamal.
I don't train Jamal.
Oh, you don't train Jamal?
No, I don't train Jamal, no.
Yeah, have you ever?
No. You know what? We worked before, like a couple days in the gym, but just now. No, I never worked with him. Okay. He's worked with Roy Jones or something now.
Yeah. I say that.
No, I never trained before now.
Wow, that's cool. But I guess because you don't know the difference between them.
So what happened is this, though. What's funny about for years, like 3-4 years, I left space open for. I wouldn't take anybody. Because it was like, because we had been talking about, like, he was talking about, man, Deontay Wilder. I said, okay, well, now I won't train anybody. Kind of leave it open, whatever. Then after Wilder, then you get Anthony Joshua, then you get Ryan Garcia. So those two spaces, I was like, man,
I feel you. Well, look, brother, I appreciate you, but look, don't know a podcast doing you like this, man. Give you what we call swag bag. Okay, these are all black products in here, man. Black was over there looking at man.
Why the bag getting black? It's all black.
Brown. It's brown up.
You got
The white man. What we got in there? What we got in there?
You gotta do is
we got a book. I wrote that book, bro.
You wrote this book?
My name on it. What does it say? Can you read what the title says?
It says phonies.
No. You gotta read the title, man.
Phonies and phonies.
My 100. Oh, you ain't good reading.
I'm specifically picking out particular
words. No,
so when you say you made, I say it's a phony.
Wow. We're going with that, brother. Okay. Well, wait till I chop this interview up.
No.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So it says New York Times bestseller. Okay.
No. We want to say
bestseller.
Yeah, you like that? Well, okay. The New York Times bestseller. I'm gonna tell the story, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
My 100 homies and phonies.
Yeah, 100. So a lot of celebrities in there, man. You can read it. Who I met, how they were, who was cool, who was crazy.
All right.
Yeah. So a couple of
Who's that right there?
What the good thing that is? It's The Rock.
Oh, okay.
The Rock had hair one time.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So a lot of people in there, man. 100 stories, 100 select. Got some pictures in there too and stuff. You know, the people I hung out with and met and stuff. You're gonna be in the next part 2. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna put you in the homie or the phony part. I'll put you in one of them. Okay, yeah. So wait.
I'm not gonna even get into that, man.
All right, well, this is what it is. What we got? What? Official cup, man. Drink coffee in there, man.
I don't drink coffee, but my wife would do that.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, man.
Never drank coffee before.
Don't know when I've had them cups, man. Very rare. She's on my show. And I had to lace you again because you told my shirt up.
I almost wore the shit today.
That's funny. That's funny. The Bell Robin will hear this shit.
Yeah, I almost wore it today.
I got you a crispy one, man. A crispy noodle. So that's what you wear with the jeans, with the tight jeans you like to wear all the time. You know what I'm saying? The black one, okay? Slim
black
was slim fit.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, it's all good though, man. Man, for real, Derrick, man, you know you
from other shit, man. Towels and a bandana.
Bandana, man. Get your white rapper hair, but I know you ain't got, you doing your thing. So I know it is motivation. That's why I wear it, okay? But no, D, man, I appreciate you, brother. You're a good dude. I hope nothing but success for you, man. For real, man. I appreciate you taking time, to do this with me, man. I look forward to, man. I come to your fights, man. I'm gonna be cheering for you. I always hope you'll be successful.
You gotta come to London. You gotta listen.
I might not do that.
Let me tell you what.
Do it like that.
It's experience.
I've been to London before.
No.
Oh, not the fight. For the fight.
To the fight.
When's he fight next?
We're gonna see.
Oh, so you don't know? Okay.
I mean, it's like, you're gonna see. But,
okay. I know.
But no, the experience is like, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's like what I like to say, the whole thing, like, not necessarily even coming in, like when you come in with them,
right?
You're not seeing nobody. When I was like nobody, like, you're not going through.
Right.
You're in the airport. You're in the airport, but you're not only.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn. Okay. Well, there it is, man. Well, I'm coming, y'all. Look, I will be next time. If he over there with Joshua, I'm gonna come over there. If I ain't working there, for real, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna start about coming to San Antonio, but it's San Antonio. So I'm gonna go on and good on that one right there. Yeah.
Disrespectful, especially I'm supposed to go out there, so they're gonna think I said that when it was you.
Right. Really? Was it that? Aren't you going?
No, I'm saying whatever you saying disrespectful about San Antonio.
Right. They know it's me. They know it's me.
No, see, he could be fighting in Dallas, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. But no, what I'm saying, okay, I've been to San Antonio. I love y'all, San Antonio. I did concerts in there, man. But damn it, I come in and out. I like to come in and out of San Antonio. Okay, I come in, do my show, and I'm out. Always gonna be in and out. You can see none of this shit. All right, y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching PS Tag. You know how we do every week, man. We have a fly guest, and you should know this, man. Our man Derrick James, the trainer, a whole bunch of champions, man. Support the brothers, fighters, man, and I appreciate you being on my show, brother. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Boom, right there. Follow me. You get all the hot interviews. And the only way I do it a certain way, and we do it that way. All right, y'all.
My name is Year Derrick James, and I survived through those pain points.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.